So we talked about populist culture. Was there anything life-changing about it that you think actually?
Yeah. All I can say is, yeah. I mean, it was life-changing in so many different ways. There's no regrets in any way. When Blake and I made that album, we were very at peace with how it sounded when it came out. So the fact that it wasn't a big commercial success, you know, I guess they'll say it was disappointing, but we also knew we didn't really make a real pop record.
You weren't really going for it as far as trying to have the hit.
This is the thing. Well, this is what it was. No, it wasn't that. We wanted to be as big as we could be. I do think we knew we were eclectic. But back then, see, they would give an artist 2 or 3 records to develop.
I remember that.
And so,
sometimes 5 or 6.
So we really just wanted to get in and let somebody know that we had this much, like the Beatles, we had this much imagination. And because Blake was a big Beatle guy like me. And so that when we were going to be produced, and the producer was going to filter us down to that pop extraction, kind of like what George Martin did with the Beatles, we would be ready, and our sound would be able to be as eclectic and beautiful as the Beatles. So our first album was really just kind of let, you know, our second record, whoever, and we were ready to be produced, especially by Chris Blackwell.
I guess it wasn't long till he sold the record.
So it was almost like we finished our joint. As we were finishing it up, he was in the process of selling it. So we kind of knew something was up. Crossed our fingers, and it didn't happen. All right, so that's fine. So Elektra picks us up, and they released the record. And again, this is still labels. This is the end of labels with us keeping acts for 2 or 3 records to see if they stick. This is 92, 93. It's like you do this. It's now. If you don't stick time, it's over. Thank you. Yeah. They got all this really inexpensive hip hop music to produce now. They have all these compilations to put together. People are still putting their vinyl on the CDs. They don't have to really spend time on new artists.
Yeah.
Now, conversely, 20 years later, we don't really have a lot of artists now from the 90s that are really successful and people are into, that are like prolific. Like
they don't get talked about a lot.
They're playing at wineries now, playing their one hit.
Right.
I'm just talking about how it went down because the labels didn't really invest in artists, kind of evergreen type of artists that come back, and people really invest in album after album after album after album. The same way people invest in, say, a Prince. The same way people invest. I'll even say John Cougar Mellencamp. You know, you guys got to be on his 13th or 14th album. Blur or Live or Alice in Chains, how many are they on their 10th album or 12th album? How many of those 90s bands are on there?
Yeah, you're right, but a lot of the 90s have faded.
Yeah, those bands, yeah.
Cake
well,
is
but they were trying to be popular and creative in an era where here was this cheap, makeable music, hip hop coming along, which was thought mostly concerned with regurgitating already proven hits. Remember, that was a big thing.
Everyone tried to sound like Nirvana.
And then you had and then the Seattle, I'll call it the Seattle swindle, you know, where all of a sudden the Pendleton shirts have knockoffs in Target now. And Doc Martin has knockoff boots in Target now. He's got that bad. He got that bad.